Hi everyone, it's Kay here. Thank you very much for joining me today while I continue to do Junk Journal July, which is hosted by Meg of Meg Journals in collaboration with Get Messy Art. So I'll put the links below like I normally do and in my description box, so check them out and check out other people who are doing the hashtag Junk Journal July. So I'm doing prompts 14, which is weather, and 15, which is homemade, and I'm going to do the two together. So I've got this old Craft paper and I've cut a double tag out of it, so I'm just going to use that, and I will decorate it a bit because it's for the snowy weather, cold weather, snowy weather. And I will I've got some more things to put on the front in a minute. I'm not going to do that just yet because I want to do the inside. I'm going to make the inside into a bit of a ephemera holder, and I'm going to use this quilt because to me quilts are homemade. Well, I know you can buy them, but this one looks homemade with all the patches of material there. And also I think that quilts go with cold weather, because like in summer in Australia it's too hot to have a quilt on, even, you know, it's just too hot. So I think that the quilt is perfect for cold weather, and it's homemade as well. I definitely think this one is. Once upon a time I did actually have a quilt on our bed that was homemade, and I did all the sewing myself by hand, and we had it on the bed for a long time, but then I started sort of breaking up, and it wasn't suiting what the decor of our bedroom was anymore. It was more the fact that it was breaking up because I couldn't really fix it the way there wasn't enough material to fix it, because I did it by hand because I don't have a machine, and you know, I did sort of back stitch the whole way around. It just wasn't enough to hold it after years and years of being used. So there's my quilt for the inside, and I've got this other homemade bit here, a strip of girls skipping. So I'm going to stick one side down. It's not, just going to cut that little bit so it just skims the top of that little pattern there. I'm going to do that side, and this side I'm going to leave. Let's have a look with this fold so I know where the half is. The image in this image came from Daphne's diary. Just around the edges, and this one I'm going to do more of a tuck spot, so this side's going to be a pocket and the other side's going to be a tuck spot. So I've got some things to put in both of them. Cut it. Just been for a walk ourselves, it's a bit cold out there. Where we live, we don't very rarely get snow. It has happened a couple of times, but it never sticks around long enough in South Australia and some of the higher places. And but there is snow in Australia. You have to just go to the snowfields, which are in the Blue Mountains in Victoria and New South Wales, so you have to travel. So I've got some things here that I think you would wear and that are homemade. So you homemade, you'll make your cocoa, your hot chocolate, whatever you want to call it. I call it hot chocolate. I think other countries could just call it cocoa. When I was a little girl, my mum used to make us Horlicks. We can buy Horlicks powder still. I haven't had that for ages, come to think of it. I don't know if I'd like it anymore. I do like hot chocolate though, especially in winter. So I've got a homemade hot chocolate. I've got a jumper or a sweater, whatever you want to call it, homemade knitted one, and a beanie, which looks like it's homemade as well. So I'm going to put them in there. In the pocket. so they're there for somebody to use. And then in the tuck spot I've got this pattern for what the different kind of blocks are you can make for a quilt. So that's going to go in the tuck spot there. I don't know why I made the tuck spot. Will be thin enough to actually just leave it as a little thing, unless we do it the other way around. So look, there'd be more room if I did that, possibly. That's better. And then for the closure, which I didn't think about, I can't use too much to use I was thinking of using a snowflake, but it's too much, so I'm just going to cut this off. Go around the corner. So that stuff, that's glued on that side. Could ink it around the sides if you wanted to. I haven't done it for this one, obviously. Sometimes I just like to leave them what's the word? Inked. So God, I haven't even started making any videos this morning, and I still can't get my words right. I've got a little box here of things that I can use as a closure. Oh look, that looks homemade. That looks like a homemade thing. Let's use that. Probably should have got plain one, but it's alright, I don't mind. A bit of colour, because there's colour on the inside. Give babies a bit of a hint about what's inside. Alright, so the jumper's coming out of a little tuck spot. So what I'm going to do now is a few snowflakes and things. These were in a mix, and have had them for years. I've got no idea where I got them from. I think they were in a very early kit of Nickly Craigs, I think. I don't know. I've had them for ages. Sorry. You might be able to buy them from Amazon. I've got no idea. Can't really see them very well. So what I'm going to do is do the few little sequins on top, maybe. Sparkly sequins. I think I should have just used the sequins, so just the snowflakes. Feel them anyway, that's the main thing. So look. So because you can't see them, do have a big snowflake one. That would sort of look a bit odd, wouldn't it, really? I do have a smaller one, but I don't think that's going to be any effective either. Let's just do the one big one. Maybe. So look, let's give a scrap of card here. A bit of paper stuck in there from last time. That's not. Whoops. Excuse me while I concentrate on this a minute, trying to get this out. There's a reason why they're stuck in there, because it's here. Not going to come out. So there's our idea. Gone up the smoke. Oh, I got it all. Not quite. A little bit just in there. Got it. Let's do a snowflake. Look, the thing about these plastic snowflakes and things, they stick together, they stick on your fingers. Look at this, this won't go away because of the static electricity, I'm assuming. I could, I've got some white glitter, I could put that on there if I wanted to. I'm just going to do a few snowflakes. One to hide the closure. Shall we say that the reason why the snowflakes are so much bigger than the forest is because you're taking it through a camera, and these are on the camera and they look really big. What do you reckon? Swallow that story, do you think? You might need another one. I feel cold just looking at this picture. Mind you, it is cold. Like I said, it is cold. There you go. Trim off the excess. Do a one in the back. Now, these keep falling out of the little tuck spots. I'm going to have to put them back in the pocket, and put this in there because these other ones keep falling out. So pop them in there. One jumper, one hot cup of hot chocolate, and one beanie. I think that's, hopefully, I might put the beanie in the pocket, it might stop falling out. Okay. So there's my make for Junk Journal of July for the prompts weather, cold, snowy weather. And homemade is for the things inside that you make homemade to keep you warm in the cold, snowy weather. Quite like the way that turned out. The trouble is, it's got glue everywhere. So I'll fix that in a minute. Get rid of it. I'm sure you don't want to see me get rid of all the glue. Thank you very much for joining me today. Oops. Please take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.